He was not really a art collector. Today we speak about Rucachet like a art collector, but in fact he was an art gallery. Yes, and the difference between the both is not so very. It's difficult to make a difference between the both. I am also art dealer. I am also collector. That's the same way. I think Jacques Villon. He knows very well the whole family of Duchamp, and Jacques Villon was the brother of Marcel Duchamp. Yes, and he understands that Jacques Villon, you have a painting of Jacques Villon in my life, it's very important artist, but never saw that before him. I think it's one of the reasons. I remember the house when it's grown. I saw the house as it is starting, and my grandfather was not a very close grandfather like you image for a grandfather, very close with grandson. We only have appointment to see my grandfather, and we went 1 or 2 times a year in his house there at Batoche on appointment for lunch or for tea, and we was not very close. Also, I don't remember very well this house, the life in the house. Yes, that's a very good question. If you put away the bedroom, I use sometimes the bedroom, but not so often. I can consider that you don't have favorite place in the house. Each place in the house is very comfortable for the mining. That's very strong because I never saw that. I never imagined that. But in fact, in a house you have always some time where you want to stay. It's more comfortable. You don't know exactly why. In this house, you don't have this kind of place. Everywhere it's very comfortable. He have an office, a library office, and he used a lot of his office. My grandfather gave a very nice description of the house. The house is small outside and it's big inside. And when you're arriving, you see the house. It looks not so small, but it looks normal house. But when you come here, you don't never imagine that the house is so big inside. That's the impression that you have. You are a art dealer. You have a lot of social life, yes. And the house is perfect for social life. And my grandfather used the house for his social life. And also you have 2 or 3 dinners each week, big receptions. A lot of people came for the weekend, but only 1 or 2 persons for the weekend, not more, but each weekend. And the house was very close from his social life. That's a big reception with 600 people. But in fact, he did this reception for us communion. But in fact, he did this reception, and the communions came in the same time that he makes the both together. But the reception, it was a reception for Louis Carré. I think it's for Louis Carré. The house is exactly like a costume when you make a costume on mesure. You see, understand? On mesure. You go to the tailleur and he take every size and he make for you. The house exactly the same. My grandfather said to Alto, I want a house, small outside, big inside. My problem is painting. I want a dining room. I want kitchen with somebody to use. I want and exactly the description is exactly from Le Carré. The construction is exactly from Alto. I think my grandfather and Alto, after they decide to build the house, there will be only one person together. It was a pleasure. And also, everything is going well. My grandfather thinking about something, Alto thinking about something. In general, it was the best, both things are there thinking for. I think the success story of the house is the connections between alto and carry. And I think it came very good and good friends. And that's the story of the house. And I think it's one result of the house is so nice. It was very perfect connection between the architect and the client.